Okay guys, welcome to a new video. And what a day in the XFA accounts. $35,000 over the 5 accounts, all pretty much captured on the overnight session. We had an amazing RT8 session just as I left, which is 20 past 4 my time, so just after the initial balance. And we came down to my supports and we ended up trading my targets. So I had already locked myself out of the account, so I was pretty much done on the day. But just to show you in the Discord, you can see here my targets, as you can see, for the day. And if we look at the charts that I posted, pretty much came right down to the support there at 750, which was RTH low, back up into RTH, previous day RTH high. So absolute textbook day. But what I'm going to do is break down both the overnight trade that I took to be able to capture $35,000, which you can see is today with an 82% win rate. Topstep saying 91, but I think it must just be the way it's been put into TradeZilla. Either way, $35,000, which is just an incredible day on the XFA accounts. And we will break down the chart. So if I just bring up my NQ screen so you can see. So this was the charts that we came into the day with. And I mean, just, yeah, incredible day. If we just go down to the actual 5-minute time frame, and I'll just show you exactly what I was looking for today. So the trade, the trade where I made all of my money this morning was pretty much waiting for the break of yesterday's RTH low, which was right down here. So they took those lows and we ATR'd out of that target. Once we ATR'd out, we ended up trading a halfway back, 62% retracement, and we went all the way to the negative 23. That is pretty much where most of my money was made on the overnight trade, and that was a full 72 points. We ended up going all the way into a same anchor new high. That traded its 38 and went all the way to the negative 23. Now, when we went all the way to the negative 23 on the open, this is where we were just chopping around. Now, I was long in here multiple times, but I pretty much took my profit. I'll just show you those. Well, I pretty much got out break even, and I'll show you those trades live on stream that we took on Zoom. I'll just grab over my Trade8 screen. So these were the trades that I took on stream, just basically 2 stop outs and pretty much give or take down $30 on the day. Now, when we had this move down here, I'll just show you on the other screen, when we had this move down here, I was expecting support, but I'd already locked myself out of my account. So I was basically saying, I'll most likely trade this tomorrow, but we had such a vicious move down and then back up again. It looks like they've already traded those levels. So yes, this broke a traditional in this extension here, but if we zoom out, we had such greater support on the high time frames, which you can see we had this traditional, if I just zoom out, sorry, we had a halfway back which traded here on the close on Thursday last week, and then what I wanted to see was basically a 50 to 50 from that move. And you can see we came down, traded the halfway back yesterday and came right to it today, and have absolutely just had a monster rally from there. So real nice rebalance of these candles, and again, bid long down here, took out yesterday's lows, and this has been an absolute monster move all the way back up into previous day highs. So 180 points. Range is still quite small in terms of the daily time frame. If we actually look on the daily, you can see my chart here. I actually have some stats where you can kind of see. You can see here on the daily time frame, we traded 241 points out of the 355. So we are still below the ATRs on the day. So I just realized I've actually got I need the 24-hour chart. So you can see here we traded 188 points, which you can see on this ATR here. This is just the average true range just for one day. And our average is around 260 to 270, which you can see here, 269. This is counting the previous 10 days. So we traded about 70% of our average ATR range, average true range. And we have basically just traded back up into range. Now I do have pretty much not a bearish bias, but I'm cautiously bullish until we actually kind of prove ourselves on the daily, because the daily time frame to me is still quite bearish. There isn't anything in here that is screaming bullishness, apart from the fact that obviously we've had such large bullish moves from the daily from basically August, 2 or 3 months ago now. So that weekly reversal was printed, and we have ended up trading both targets, 23 and 62. The full negative 100, which will happen at some point, will be 22,313. The only reason I say I'm not super bullish is just because we've made so much from down at this halfway back on the weekly and the daily. The higher we get, the less sort of eagerness I have in terms of trying to trade the long side, just purely because we've already sort of capitalized so much on the earlier moves. So I'm still bullish on like I call it basically, what was I saying? Cautiously bullish. Like I'm cautiously bullish. Obviously, the market is most of the time long, so it's much easier to be on the long side of the market. But when you start getting higher and higher and higher to these completions, in my opinion, it's a lot better to be cautiously long as opposed to just full, long, marry the position and just end up FOMO into position. So that's why I locked up my accounts today, just for that very reason. So I don't have to like give anything back, just in case I did get any FOMO on this move. As clean as it was, I'm still happy that I did lock myself out of my accounts. The structure is still bullish, but again, the higher we get to those completions, the less eagerness I have to basically trade the long side. Doesn't mean I trade the short side. It just means, again, I'm just less wanting to trade that with basically full size. So that was today's breakdown. Like I say, if you are interested in watching me trade live on stream, these were on the overnight session. Again, I have no control of when levels are going to trade. This just happened to trade on the overnight session. So this was something that I didn't do live just purely because it traded at 4 o'clock in the morning and most people would be asleep. And I was also picking up my Tesla, my car that's just been having some repairs on it. So I was actually trading on my phone this whole time. So I couldn't have really traded it live anyway. But nonetheless, this was the trade that we took today. And if you are interested, like I say, links are in the description. And I will see you all in the next video.